Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose, and this is my review for The Menu, a movie which really kind of puts a spin on fine dining. I really effed up spin on fine dining in the worst way possible here. Very interesting and intriguing film, which I'll get to in a minute. Great cast here, Ralph Fiennes, Anya Taylor-Joy, who I adore. John Leguizamo, Nicholas Hoult. A good cast all around here. And what is a movie really centers around two main characters, of course, Ralph Fiennes and Taylor Joy. Ralph Fiennes is his world-renowned chef, if you will, who now has his own little private exclusive restaurant in an island in the middle of nowhere. And he designs a special menu, but a 7-8 course meal takes about 4.5 hours to complete the entire feast, if you will, and it's only for the mere bargain price of $1,200 a person. So that being said, this is usually a restaurant experience by those of means, of the upper class, whether it be obviously world famous food critics, actors, etc., businessmen, what have you. So it's a very specific clientele, except for Anya Taylor-Joy's character, who is there as almost like a substitute. Like Nicholas Hoult, who is, I guess, her date. Anyway, he was supposed to be there with his girlfriend, which they broke up, so he brought her instead, which kind of throws a wrench in the engine, if you will, because Ralph Fiennes was not expecting it. His menu was specifically designed in particular for the people who were invited to have that feast that day. So he has to kind of make adjustments on the fly, and Anya Taylor-Joy's figuring out what's kind of going on and tries to get us up out of the situation, because as it's just really effed up here now. As the menu progresses, you start kind of peeling back on the layers, if you will, as far as what the true intentions of Ralph Fiennes' character are here. Now, I'll say this is a very interesting and unique film. I like the premise. I like when I heard about it, something unique. I like when a filmmaker gives us something a little bit different than we're not really used to. You don't see a lot of original storytelling nowadays. So I'd like to see something like this being presented, and it really works for the most part. This is very engaging. I like the mystery as you get deeper and it's introducing the next course. You're like, oh wow, things are getting progressively worse in terms of just a lot of the effed up things that are happening here to the people who were trying to who thought that they were just to try fine dining, which not exactly. And surprising enough, it's very kind of a funny film. I would say it's more of a dark comedy than anything else. And there's a lot of funny bits in here, particularly as it gets deep into the menu. Some of the things the character does is funny, but they kind of show you the menu as he's talking about it and give a description of the actual what they're gonna eat. That gets funnier as it goes along, which I really liked. So it really knows how to keep you engaged, entertained at the same time, because you're watching something interesting and very dark. It's a very dark film at its very core. Ralph finds his character as a chef. He's just grown tired of what he does and who he's doing it for, who he's serving, this clientele, and you can tell the movie is very satirical. Obviously commenting on the upper class, right, and the haves and versus the haves not, and that's Anya Taylor-Joy representing the haves not. She's just not belong in this group. I don't want to spoil exactly what she is or who she is, but she doesn't belong with the people there who are invited to enjoy the feast that night. So yeah, as it gets in, I really had a good time watching it. On my only two big issues, but one of them I'll talk about. The other one's kind of spoilery. Is really the ending. Now I like how it wraps up Anya Taylor-Joy's character's story. I like how the decision made to get her out of the situation. I really like that. But then there's something with the rest of the characters, which really kind of just it really bothered me. It just stuck in there. I'm like, okay, the decision that was made by them or not made by them was so frustrating. And at some point, Ralph Fiennes even brings it up. And at that point, they still don't act on it. And it's just like, wait, what? Why are they allowing this to happen? Why did they allow that particular ending to occur? That really bothered me. Overall, I didn't take away from the experience of the film, but it's something that should be noted. I think it's going to divide audiences if you see it or not. Again, this movie is not for everybody to begin with. Again, it's a unique kind of film. It's not an art house film at all. It's too entertaining. Most art house films aren't. This doesn't really know what they are. This movie knows what it is, right? It tries to entertain you besides giving you, obviously a look into, what how Ralph Fiennes sees the upper class and what they're about. But again, I just wish the ending would have stuck. That ending really could have been something a really cool, great film. But as it were, it's just a good entertaining film with an ending which you may buy it or may not, or not. And if you do, you probably get more enjoyment than I did. That being said, I'm still recommending it. There's a lot here to like, and like I said, I love the premise. Ralph Fiennes is great. Anya Taylor-Joy is always good. I love watching her on screen. She's very magnetic. And again, the story, the humor, it all really fits in. And it's a great, it's interesting because when Ralph Fiennes is kind of describing why each of the characters are there for what reasons. There's one particular which I thought was just hilarious, and I was like, okay, it doesn't really fit, but it kind of does because this movie can be silly at times and ridiculous if you really think about it. And this reason for one of the characters, particularly John Leguizamo's character, it's out there, but it's hilarious and nonetheless. But all that being said, listen, there's one I'm recommending. I mean, if you like something unique and different, this is definitely for you. If you like more status quo, probably not, but I'm kind of curious what you guys think about the ending because that's what I think what really makes or breaks the film. That being said, I recommend it. So if you do check it out, comment below, let me know what you guys thought. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and feed money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.